He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is not another shooting show. We go to Sultan, Washington, where the Sultan Police Department say a man was accidentally shot on February 15th. Police say the gun discharged while he was putting it back into a holster, hitting him in the thigh. Officers responded to the man's home and applied a tourniquet to stop the bleeding. Sultan police credit a deputy's quick response with possibly saving the man's life. Whoopsies. Whoopsies. Is this a video? Oh, no, it's just a random photo. I don't know what that is. Okay, in the article. Yeah, so everybody's shooting themselves in the leg here lately. You know, for a while it was, I was cleaning my gun and I shot myself. And then for a while it was, cop was doing a dumb thing and he shot himself. And now it's, people are handling a gun and it's going off and shooting them in the leg.
Everything comes in waves. I wonder what the next wave will be.
I don't know. I mean, we did go through a bunch of celebrity deaths. You know, those come in threes. It turned out the winter of 25, 26 is not good for celebrities. They're dropping left and right.
Right.
Well, and then World War III may have started. I don't know if we know that yet or not, but
it'll start with an earthquake, then birds and snakes and airplanes. But Lenny Bruce isn't afraid. We did have an earthquake in Omaha.
There's always little earthquakes like Nebraska, South Dakota. I mean, they're little ones. They're super deep underground, so people barely feel them. But it'll be like a 4-something on the Richter scale. They show up, I guess. They're detected. Sometimes people actually even notice them. But meanwhile, people who live on the West Coast are like, that's cute. You think you guys have earthquakes. Okay.
Right.
All right. Speaking of weird shit, this story, I don't remember where this came from. I think it was sent to me, or was it on our Reddit? No, it was on our Reddit. A SWAT team was called out. This happened in Lake McHenry, Illinois. SWAT response and shelter, it was in Lake in the Hills, Illinois. SWAT response and shelter-in-place order was in effect last Thursday morning due to a search warrant on a 20-year-old man allegedly possessing 38 rounds of pistol and rifle ammunition without a FOID card.
Huh.
Yeah. SWAT team for 38 rounds without a FOID card. The guy's name was Joel Fernandez. He's 20. Was arrested without incident. He was charged with 4 counts of possessing ammunition without a valid firearm owner's identification card, which is a Class A misdemeanor. SWAT team for a Class A misdemeanor. At about 9:50 a.m. Thursday, the police, assisted by a couple other departments, executed the search warrant at his house. The search warrant was part of a joint investigation into illegal activity. The criminal complaint filed said that Fernandez knowingly possessed, without a valid FOID card, 20 cartridges of .45 Auto Cellier and Bellet branded Full Metal Jacket, 13 cartridges of .223 Remington branded Steel Core FMJ, one cartridge of 9mm Blazer Brass branded FMJ.
What the fuck?
1 cartridge of 9mm Remington Peters branded FMJ.
I have more questions about why do you have one? Like,
I know.
I'm like, yes, he should be arrested for having one of the. Like, why?
I know. But wait, there's more. 1 cartridge of 9mm Spear branded jacketed hollow point, and not 1 but 2 cartridges of 9mm Sig Sauer branded JHP.
No, that's the most dangerous.
Well, so this means that Fernandez was allegedly possessing 25 cartridges of pistol ammo and 13 cartridges of rifle ammo, totaling 38. Did not mention whether he possessed any firearms. So, yeah, they posted on social media to tell people to shelter in place because, oh my God, Jesus, he had 38 rounds without a fucking card he got from the government. Jesus. What a fucking shit show. I mean, they were looking into other things and like this is the one thing they hit on, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't say what else they were looking for. I'm guessing they thought they were going into something heavier. I think this is just the result of what it was.
You hope, but I mean, we saw in Minneapolis when they brought an entire 12-man ARs with suppressors, plate carriers, and it was just like a woman and her baby, and they were like, "Hey, is this guy here?" And they're like, "Yeah, he's right over here." And he's walked out, and you're like, "Great use of resources there, boys."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They just like to dress up. All men like to play dress up. It's just in our soul.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, I own an M1 Garand and a bayonet.
Are you going to get the full?
No, they don't make that shit in my size. Nobody was that fat in the service back then.
I guarantee you that it is made in your size. Have you seen reenactors?
Oh yeah, I'm sure new stuff. Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, but you're not gonna get 1944.
That's the stuff that would interest me though. If I was going to buy some, that's what I'd want is the OG stuff. I mean, there's a box somewhere in my mom's house that has my grandpa's old uniform. They still exist. I mean, that really wouldn't fit me. I don't think I was his size since I was probably 10, would be my guess. He was taller than me, but here's a thing that was on our Reddit this week, and I thought it was a great topic. I really did. I thought it was a fun topic. It's the kind of thing that, it gets people talking, and the topic was the argument for the weapon light, for a light on a pistol. And it looks like he's got, is this a CZ? That's a PO1 with a TLR 7 on it. Boy, those TLR 7s are popular. Boy, people like getting those little itty bitty lights on their pistols. So the argument, I'll just read his post. The vast majority of defensive gun use have no shots fired. Offender threatens / does bad action. Defender presents gun and offender stops. In low light situations, a target may be seen well enough to be hit, but not well enough to see what hands are doing or have. Never before has there been so many good, bright weapon lights and holsters available. Why not have the tools that help discern the threat? Well, Jeff, you go first. Why not have all the tools?
Because having a light on there is one more thing to maintain. It's more bulk to carry, and the statistical likelihood of you needing it is so close to zero that it might as well be zero. There's no recorded case of someone in a urban environment needing a weapons mounted light to identify the person that is doing violence to them. Because here's a fun fact. If they're doing something that you feel that is threatening your life, you probably can see them, because that's why they are threatening your life.
That was kind of my my argument against that I typed. I said, good topic, because it's a fun topic.
Yeah.
But here's my argument is basically the last thing you said. You're going to draw your pistol to turn on the light to illuminate and verify that bad guy had the means of deadly force because it was too dark to see it? Should probably not be drawing until you can articulate a deadly force threat. Depending on local laws, you could be committing aggravated assault. Carry a little flashlight like I do. Streamlight micro USB. They're fucking great. They're easy to lose, but they're great.
Right.
Use the shit out of it every day at work and around the house. I only use lights on my pistols at the dark match.
The place for a light is on a rifle or your bedside pistol. There are a number of instances of a certain profession that I get in trouble for mentioning, using them to direct traffic on their pistols.
I've never seen this. I've never even seen a meme of it.
Oh, because I was reading about the stories came out when they switched from 1911s and Berettas to Glocks and other striker-fired pistols, is because they were used to having the safety on, so they could use the pistol like a brick, in their opinion.
Oh, yeah.
When they switched, so the specific incident I'm talking about was, I believe, LAPD or one of the California police people, and they had switched from Berettas to, I believe, MMPs, and an officer had an ND while directing traffic with his weapon-mounted light.
One thing I love that you said was in an urban environment.
Yeah.
Because one of the commenters is a guy who does not live in an urban environment. He lives, I think, on a farm, or he spends a lot of time on a farm, one or the other. And that was it was Kian, actually. He said, I have a counter argument that you can't beat. I carry a light because what I use my carry gun for more than anything else is shooting possums, rats, and raccoons out of a dark barn. And it's really annoying to have to grab a handheld flashlight and do some stupid law enforcement light gun grip thing when I can instead just draw my gun, turn on the light on, and smoke whatever is stealing horse feed and chicken eggs. Now, my response to Kian was, move to town, duh.
Right.
But I mean, actually, he has the absolutely best argument for one.
Yes.
He has a more everyday, purposeful use for it. And shooting raccoons on the farm is fun.
I have a counter argument. Mm-hmm. Also, raccoons are adorable. You don't need to shoot them. Why
live
are
on
you
a farm for a while and see how long you feel that way.
Why are you carrying concealed in the country? Just open carry like a man. I'm really just trying to insult.
I don't know that he is carrying concealed.
I'm just trying to insult Kian and call him a man on a different topic. But the counter argument is, yes, I will gladly carry a light on a gun in the country, outside the waistband, in a holster, because I'm in the country.
Well, he works in town though, so like he goes about his day.
And
carrying,
then
just a normal person in the city, and then he goes home to the farm, and I mean, why change belts at that point? He's already got it ready to go.
Well, I would grab a lever action like 4570 or
that would be more
357 Magnum, because that would be fun.
Yes,
and that's why that's what life is about.
With a suppressor, so you can hear the bullets hit him. First, and shoot them with 38s. Okay. Raccoons are fucking tough, though. Like, I smoked one with a 308 one time, and it ran away. Like, I center punched that fucker. I saw, like, it kind of go, and it ran away. But, I mean, I've also seen them, like, get hit by a car and run away, too. So, they're tough as shit.
Huh?
Anyway. I have no idea what this is. I can't wait to hear Jeff. Watch out for Cherry Float Coke.
Yeah, so...
Not Cherry Coke Float?
Sorry. So it is...
Are we talking about Cherry Coke and ice cream?
Yes,
okay.
Sort of. So they came out with... On the label, it says Cherry Float Coca-Cola.
Okay.
I thought I could handle sweetness. This thing has 70 grams of added sugar, and I like Cherry Coke, and so I normally grab a Cherry Coke when I'm at the gas station because I make bad decisions. And I accidentally grabbed this, and at first I'm like, this isn't bad, and like I'm so overwhelmed with how much sugar is in it that I don't know that I can finish it right now. It is.
You're drinking it right now?
I was.
I just Googled it. Yeah, okay. It's Cherry Float Coke. Like, it's a flavor of Coca-Cola Cherry Float. Like,
it is hard. Like, I don't hate it taste-wise, but I don't.
It's just too much.
It's too much.
Mm-hmm.
It caught me off guard because I took the first sip and was like, oh shit, this is much different than I was expecting. And I looked at the label. I go, oh, well, this is interesting.
Well. PSA received. Watch your ass when you grab a Cherry Coke at the gas station. It might be a Cherry Float Coke. On that note, patreon.com/notanothershootingshow. It's only $3.57 a month, and you will get all of the second episode every single week. r/NASS, that is our little Reddit thread. That's a good time. Blue Bullets Group Buy is still up there. MW Activewear. The finest jerseys you can get for your match, plus free logos for banners and anything else for your match. There is an Adam Grimm class coming to my range in Canton, South Dakota, April 24th and 25th. Get a hold of me if you are interested in that. Going to shoot a match then the third day. It's a Friday, Saturday, and then shoot a match on Sunday. Northwoods, May 2nd and 3rd, 2026. I'm just going to delete the 2026, so I quit reading that fucking thing, because that's 2 weeks in a row I've done that. Payouts, all the things up there. PCSL Belt Championship, May 17th in Texas at Mission 160. Great Plains section. Registration is open. There is mistakenly 13 slots left. There's math been done wrong between actual squatting slots and slots there. There's like 5 or 6 slots left. So not much. And some of them, I think 2 are left on Saturday and like 4 are left on Sunday. Cornhusker Classic, nothing left Sunday, but there's some room on Saturday, June 27th, 28th. Rushmore State Championship, July 11th and 12th in Rapid City at that kick-ass new range. And the Minnesota section, August 29th and 30th at Forest Lake. There was 38 slots when I looked today. All right. I have a friend and a fan. I think I've mentioned him before, because he was in a class last year, and he saw on my website that I had a class this past Saturday. His name's Travis. He listens. He loves our show, by the way. And he loves me more than Jeff because he gives me things. He got me started on cigars. He gave me a bunch of different cigars last year, and along with a bottle of Buffalo Trace. Well, now, this time, he gave me a whole box of goodies. Kind of amazing. One of which was a bottle of Penelope Fuck Cancer. It's really good. I'm drinking it right now. It's very, very good. I've never had Penelope. It's one of those whiskeys that I haven't had an opportunity to buy. I've seen it. I just haven't bought one yet. And, well, this one's sure good. And now, he did not give me this. Oh, shit. It's out of arm's reach. I'm not prepared for this. Hang on.
This is that real good planning that we are known for.
Yes.
Just prepared for every topic and every bit every time.
So he temporarily gave me a pistol. The pistol is one he just picked up from an FFL the other day that he got off Gunbroker. It is the pistol we mentioned a few weeks ago. I believe it was when we had Jim and Ben on.
Yep.
When we were playing Name That Gun. The gun in question, of course, is...
Get yourself a Glock. Lose that nickel-plated Sissy pistol.
It's the nickel-plated Sissy pistol. It's a PT-945, a Taurus. PT-945. It's the gun that Robert Downey Jr. has in U.S. Marshals.
Yep.
And it's really cool. I haven't shot it yet, but I'm going to this weekend. So it's basically... I mean, I just saw it in the movie. I'd never seen one in person. They do not make them anymore. And I guess it's hard to find them on Gunbroker because people will get them and then they do dumb shit like cut the slide and put ports in the barrel and, you know, all the dumb shit people do to guns these days. It's basically a single stack Beretta in 45. Now, I don't know anything about... I swear I remember Beretta tried messing around with 45 and it just, we're not going to mess with 45. I don't know if that's true or not. I could be completely wrong. But it's basically a single stack Beretta 92 in 45 ACP. Okay. The takedown lever is the same. The trigger bar is the same. The safety is frame mounted. So it goes all the way up to be on safe. And then... if you pull it down, then it's on, fire, and then it's a DASA gun. And, I just decocked it, but I didn't have to because it has a decocker. Yeah. So I'm super excited to shoot this thing. It is very shiny. I don't know how old it is. I guess they quit making them in the 2000s, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I'm trying to find, because I found something from 2004.
It's pretty snazzy, though. He's got like 4 mags for it. And I was a little surprised it's single stack. I would have not guessed it was a single stack gun when I saw the movie. But, yeah. It's It's very shiny. I don't know if it's actually nickel plated. It's a 45, so I don't know about it being a Sissy pistol there, Tommy Lee Jones. But it's super cool. I'm super excited to shoot it. I'm super excited he loaned it to me to try out and mess with. And yeah, it's super badass. So I can't think of any other gun, though, that's like from a movie it's sort of the most iconic, not iconic gun from a movie I can think of. You know, because it's not special in and of itself.
No, but it was the basis of a line.
Yeah. I mean, and it's no longer made, so it's sort of, and I tried to take it apart, and I think I fucked something up. It won't come I can't get the slide off. I mean, it's just pretty much like a Brita 92. Do I need to put the safety on to do it?
But isn't it more of a 6 hour?
No, it looks the takedown lever and trigger bar is exactly like a Brita 92.
Huh. I guess looking at the picture, I immediately think of 6 hour P226.
It does have more blocky lines like that. Now, I'm not an expert on the P226 either, so I guess I don't know what the trigger bar looks like on that. But this has like the same looking external trigger bar that I have on my Berettas. I can't get the slide on or off. It's just in limbo now.
That's hilarious. Also, while you're doing that and I was trying to find more information about it, I found smallarmsreview.com and it has its stories in the original order. So the next one, because the article's from June 1st, 2004, talking about the Taurus PT 945 45 ACP pistol, and there's a advertisement for the July article about the MPA 971 carbine new 9mm semi-auto. It has a drum magazine and like an EOTech on it. It looks insane. And I'm like, how did I not know about this?
So
Probably
I got
because
the
it
slide
sucks.
off. I got the slide off finally because I left the magazine in it, so it wouldn't come loose because the magazine.
Oh God, you could have been our next shot himself story.
Well, the magazine's not loaded
if you had bullets in it.
But now I can't get the slide back on.
Fucking beautiful.
Yeah. So
this is that brilliance that they pay for.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're getting your money's worth right now. That is for sure.
We are clickety clacking like a motherfucker.
Is it that bad? Good.
I can hear it.
I love natural sound. Man, this thing does not want to go back. I can't not tell what the hell it's getting hung up on. Oh, the guide rod's getting hung up. Okay, we'll move on. I'll deal with that later. So you went LARPing in South Carolina.
Yes, it was so fun. So I made a grand mistake of a friend of mine was supposed to drive down there with me, and they backed out like 3 weeks beforehand. So flights were going to be like $800. Plus, I'd have to rent a car. So I was like, screw it, I'll just drive, because that was the original plan.
You drove to South Carolina?
I drove to South Carolina and back.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so it's 16 hours each way. And so I broke it into 2 8-hour chunks both times. So driving through Illinois, I was like, oh shit, I'm kind of committing a felony in this state.
Not really. No.
As long as I didn't get out.
As long as you don't get out of the car, you're good.
Right. So
and, like Chicago's sketchy, but driving through Illinois, you're good.
Right. As long as you don't get out. And luckily.
And you have a permit from your home state.
Well, okay. So that does create the interesting question. So if I'm driving, let's say I plan it wrong and I got to get gas in Illinois. If I get out of my car and fill it with gas, am I committing a felony at that point? Or am I still in transit essentially?
No, Illinois has a specific law or a specific exception for it. This is above and beyond the federal law where you're traveling through. Inside your vehicle, you can carry a concealed pistol, loaded, hot, ready to go, as long as you have a permit from your home state, but only in your vehicle, and that's it.
But do they have a 10-round mag limit?
I think they do, but it's sort of like Colorado with the exceptions. I was messaging back and forth with Happiest Hannah one night about this, like if I went and shot their section. So like what all I would have to do. And she said basically, just keep everything empty and say they're older than however old they are. Like if you owned them before, like if I came with a Glock, I'd be fine. 'Cause I've owned all of those forever and ever. CZs, they'd have to prove it, but it's sort of like that dumb law in Colorado where with the magazines that USPSA was going to just, it's fine. They can't enforce it anyway.
Right.
Just go ahead and break the law. That's fine. It's fine.
Right. So I was a little nervous about that, and then I got to a casino and then I had to figure out casino carry laws. Because I've never been in I've been in a casino like twice, and it was before I concealed carried. So, you're not allowed to carry guns inside of a casino, but you
it
can.
Depends on the state.
No, not really. Like basically the what I looked up said that the general rule for casinos is you cannot carry there because they don't want you to lose your house and then smoke the dealer.
Right. But like the casinos in South Dakota are, all, with the exception of Deadwood, are all on Indian tribe land. So like whatever their rules are is whatever that is. But like in Deadwood, like I can carry there. It might be against their rules, but I'm not breaking the law.
Okay, fair.
Like there's a difference between breaking house rules and breaking the law.
Fair. Well, sometimes breaking house rules is breaking the law because some states,
depending on the state, absolutely.
But yeah, so I just took it up to my room, which because I booked through Expedia or something, they were like, "Oh, you got an upgrade to a suite." So I stayed in the hotel was bigger than my apartment. Like
it was huge. I saw the video.
It had a full living room. It had like a nice bathroom, like king size bed. All this stuff. And I'm like, damn, I'm only going to be here for like 8 hours. Like, this sucks. So finished my drive down to South Carolina and went through the mountains in Kentucky and the Cumberland Gap and all that stuff. And that was cool. And
that's a cool drive. Yeah. I've driven through that area.
The road construction can go fuck itself.
Oh, yeah.
But once I was down there, it was fun. Like, it's just a bunch of dorks that want to hit each other and have fun. And so I was amongst my people. I was fairly popular. Yeah.
Because you're the big tall freak.
Correct.
That everybody meets and remembers. And he's a super nice guy too.
Right. Yeah. I was like, I was kind of confused by some of it, but
were any of them podcast listeners?
Not to our podcast, but I did talk about it. So we shall see. Because I was actually, so there's a guy named like Cyrus the Great. You've probably seen his reels before. Staruski, that's the guy I went to Turkey with. That's the YouTuber I was hanging out with. And then there's an Archer guy. I can't remember his name off the top of my head who was there. Then there were several other like influencer types, but no, it was super fun. Like there was probably 150 people, like, or 200 people, something like that. And it was full on. Like they did a knighting ceremony the first night for all the first time knights. I was a man at arms, so I was below that.
Why didn't you get knighted?
Cause it was my first time. So you're not allowed to be a knight your first time.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And so like they do the full, like everyone dresses up. There were they called them the Templars or the Hospitallers, and they actually like cut their hair like monks did back in the day. And so that was hilarious. And they said like, try to stick with the immersion, but you come to find out that the immersion is mainly just a giant joke and everyone's just there having fun, talking shit and act, like you're supposed to act in character, but your character can be as bombastic and idiotic as you want it to be. And so It was very fun. The battles were actually very tiring. I wore real chainmail, so it was like a 38-pound like coat, essentially.
Jesus.
Like full long sleeve down to my thighs. And I made it through the first battle, which was like an hour and a half, and I was fucked. Like my shoulders were on fire. So they basically were like, it's okay, you can take the mail off. And so I just wore the padded stuff under it after that. But I was smoking the fuck out of people with this spear. It was awesome. So the weapons they have like a fiberglass core, and then they have foam around them. And like they get inspected before the battle starts, and throughout the day, if there's any damage, they'll call it out and you can't use that weapon anymore. But like, they said full speed, medium power, and I really wanted to be like, that's not how that works.
Full speed, medium power.
Like, and when someone's wearing chainmail in the heat of the moment with a padded coat under it, you kind of have to bonk them to like make them feel that it happened.
Yeah.
And one dude came running at me, and I smoked him in the chest so hard that he like stepped back 3 steps, and I was like, that was probably too hard. I'm probably the bad guy here. And I got kind of surgical with that shit. I fucking, one guy had his shield up, and I smoked him right in the shin with this spear. It was hilarious. They gave me a 2-handed axe at one point, and so I was trying to bonk people with that, but I kept getting hit by the archers. They can go fuck themselves. Archers take the fun out of everything. But it was just a lot of revelry. They tried to teach us to dance. That was hilarious. Well, my group may or may not have followed the letter of a rule and maybe not the spirit of a rule, because the rule was you could not bring in any alcohol that was purchased off-site.
Oh.
And they did not bring any alcohol that was purchased off-site. They made it. So
like they just brought a still in and made it?
No, they made it at home and brought it, but they did not buy it. So technically,
gotcha.
according to the letter of the rule, but it was a very enjoyable time. It was just lots of silliness and lots of revelry. There was a couple. There's always some cheaters. It was really funny whenever they would give like the rules meeting. They'd be like, only losers cheat at LARP, and I'm like, that's fair. That's honestly, and. It was self-counted, like, hey, I got hit 4 times. Okay, I'm out kind of thing. But I had so much fun. I'm definitely going back next year. I'm flying, not driving.
Sounds like a wonderful idea.
Yeah. And so like another fun side to it was no cell phones.
Oh,
so
that would be
during the event so the start of the first day, which it started Friday at 5. They were like, no electronics inside the camp after this. Now you could like, people had tents and they would like go in their tent and they could like be on their phone or whatever, but outside of your tent, you couldn't be on your phone. No watches, nothing. And so, for 48 hours worth of time, the only time I got to access my phone was when I went to the parking lot to my truck. So it was kind of nice to, disconnect from the world. We go to war with Iran while I'm doing it, but the minor details.
Yeah. You come back from there and
like, oh shit, World War III. But I will admit I did stay at a hotel. So but we always left at like 10:30 or 11. Well, one night it was like midnight, and it was a 30-minute drive back to the hotel. So, and then you just take a shower, get into bed, fall asleep, rinse and repeat. And so it did like the USPSA part of my brain figured out a few ways it could be more efficient, but it also made me like, a USPSA match needs to be like this. Like, okay, we're done shooting. Everyone, barns over there. We got food vendors and carts and shit. It was like $400 for a ticket. So that provided food and drinks and paid for all the stuff. So like, it wasn't cheap, but it was a two whole day, like Friday night through Sunday morning of shenanigans. And it was very fun. It was funny the last day. So the first day, the rule was if you died, so they had like, if you got knocked out, you could go back to your like leader and he could put a bandage on you and that lets you go back in and like revive you. And if you were down twice, you had to go all the way back to the respawn point. But once you were there, you could just come back in. And it was like a half mile walk through the woods to get to your respawn point. And so people would just like dive in, do some stabbing and be like, oh, I'm out, whatever. And the last day they were like, when you're dead, you're dead. Like there's no, you can, your leader can revive you twice and then you're done there. And the first day, my brain was like, okay, I don't want to get out. I don't want to die. I want to be in there. By the last day, you're like, oh, I'm out. Okay, cool. I'm going to go grab some water and sit down. Like it's cool.
Like the I don't want to lose.
Yes.
Gene was like, no, I will not lose.
Correct. But the
I'm a winner.
Right. I'm tired and I'm sore and my shoulders hurt and it's hot and I would like some water. Part of me was like, oh, I'm out. Okay, cool. I'm going to go get some water.
Mm. Well, that sounds like a hoot and a half.
Yeah. Great time. Great time.
I don't know if you could tell. I was listening, but I was also trying to fix the gun at the same time.
Oh, I bet.
It's really bothering my brain because
it's not yours.
But I also discovered like the little lever that pushes up on the firing pin block is kind of bent in there.
Huh.
And I don't think I bent it. I think it was already bent because it was getting hung up on it before I ever tried putting it back together. But,
well, speaking of putting things back together and taking them apart, Owen didn't shoot himself while we were gone.
Oh, yeah. I saw he posted on Reddit that he was cleaning guns.
Yeah, he had fully taken his tac sport apart, and he survived somehow. What was really funny is our buddy Foos thought it was you, and he's like, "Oh damn, Andy's dead. I guess that means the end of the podcast." And Owen had to be like, "No, that's it. That's
Check
Andy's
the
gun."
username at the top there, Craig.
He's like, "Oh, okay, good."
I haven't even pulled my tax board out since I put it away after nationals. It has been in my safe ever since. But yeah, good job, Owen, not shooting yourself. Congratulations. It's rare when that happens, I guess. There was a very amusing thing here in my state of South Dakota. So they made this big thing. They were making this big to-do about Senate Bill 2, SB 2. 2, like Second Amendment, right?
Right.
So some legislator makes a big stink along with the governor, and they got Silencer Central involved because they're here in Sioux Falls too. And hey, they're gonna decriminalize silencers in South Dakota. Yay! I mean, you can still get 10 years in federal prison if you go having one without it. You know, nobody's gonna do that who's got a brain in their head anyway. But hey, yay! It's not against state law anymore. And then in my class on Saturday, I had a pistol permit class. One of the guys in there was reading through I email everybody this pamphlet of all the South Dakota firearms laws. And I have the definitions in there of like the short rifle, short shotgun, but I never had the actual law in there. And then there's another definition actually that defines controlled weapons. So controlled weapon, currently, it'll change on July 1st when they repeal the firearm silencer part, but it says controlled weapon includes any firearm silencer, machine gun, or short shotgun, as those terms are defined in subsections 17, 23, and 46. Did you hear what I just said?
Sorry, you got talking about the specifics of silencer laws, and my brain went.
Oh, no. Listen, okay. Just think NFA items right now, Jeff.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. Listen to the list of controlled weapons in South Dakota state law.
Okay.
Currently includes a firearm silencer, machine gun, or short shotgun.
Yes. It's missing
Short rifles. Uh-huh. It's defined, but it's not in the list. I guess short barrel rifles were legal all along in South Dakota. I mean, still against federal law to have one without the licensing, but for whatever reason, that was not in there. I don't know when it happened, but dude in my class just pointed out. I was like, son of a bitch. I had no idea.
Well, this is one of those funny things is so sometimes states pass these and it made it more annoying for NFA people. Because like Iowa used to be that way where they banned suppressors and short barrel this and that and the other. But one of the problems they're having in cities, in states where they don't have these on the books at the state level, is that the ATF isn't going after people with switches. Because they're like, it's not worth our time. And so, but the state never passed a machine gun law because they're like, there's a federal law. We don't have to deal with it. And now that they have it, they're like, fuck. And so they're actually having to pass machine gun laws because of switches.
Most federal laws, a lot of them are mirrored by state laws.
Right. But you have to go do it. And and sometimes, as we've learned, the state goes, it'll be fine. Not our problem. And then they go, oh shit, this is our problem now. That's not good.
Yeah. No, it's interesting though that I guess, I mean, they're legalized, not legalized silencers. And I guess all along my SBR that I got my tax stamp back last week, Jeff.
Oh, Mazel Tov.
Yeah, finally, after 6 weeks or so.
After Austin had jammed up the system with like 219.
Yeah. For a bunch of shit he doesn't even actually have. Or even, I don't understand why he applied for like a whole bunch all at once. So I didn't understand it.
Because he's a special boy. He's a special boy.
But yeah. So, I got my SBR back. So I had pilfered the pistol for like the bolt and charging handle that went into the 18-inch I built a number of years ago. So it was missing a bunch of stuff. So then and not missing lower or anything. It was just missing charging handle, bolt. Well, that was all it was missing. And then I also bought a stock for it, like a legit stock, because now I can put it on there. And what else did I get? Oh, I got the for your AR. Don't just get like the regular Magpul grip. Get the K grip. I think it's the K. It's a little more up and down like a normal pistol because a regular AR grip is really slanty. Like it makes a Glock look like it's straight up and down. It's super slanty, and it's just a more ergonomic grip. Lots of companies make them, but anyway. And then I got an ambi safety for it. Because I just went cheap on that. I got the cheap ambi safety, the $30 one. Because why would I pay for the Sequence Precision one for $70 when I can get the CMMG parts kit ambi safety that I already have on three other ARs for $30. So anyway, I got that this week. This is probably the most amusing thing that happened all last week was that Steven, who was on the podcast filling in for Jeff a few weeks ago, he is the Great Plains section coordinator. And so he was dealing with the slots for nationals, passing out the codes for those. And he got rid of all the factory gun codes, lickety split, I do believe. the Nationals that will be in
Utah.
St. George this year. The Race Gun Nationals in Ohio. He's trying to give them away. He's trying, but he was having some trouble. Why do you think that is, Jeff?
Well, as Jay Anderson said, the only time in history you'll be able to say Utah's nicer than Ohio.
One time Utah is nicer than Ohio. Oh, Utah's always nicer than Ohio.
I don't. Well, it depends what you
Have
go
you
there
been
for.
to Utah?
I've only flown through it. But like it doesn't. Nothing there draws me in because I'm not an outdoorsy person.
Oh, okay. Well,
So there's not like
okay. So what draws you into Ohio?
at least there's a city to get drunk and see historical things.
They have many cities in Utah as well. One really big one.
Yes.
And yes, they sell booze there. You can still
Really?
get drunk there.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I assumed
It's not a dry
state.
state.
I assumed that they'd gone. Well, I guess I assumed that the liquor stores couldn't make money to stay open there. But
No, they. I bought one of the bottles of whiskey I brought back from Utah was one distilled in Salt Lake City,
Oh.
and yeah, no, they have booze there. They have meth there too. Just like everywhere in the country has it, but
everywhere has meth.
But we're talking over the lead. Like Steven can't give away the slots. People don't want to go to Marengo, Ohio. I don't think it's just Ohio. I think it's like where in Ohio it is.
Yeah, that range. The videos that I saw of the Nationals did not make me want to go there because the way I think someone phrased it, it was like shooting 14 indoor stages because they had to set them to face the back berm. They couldn't shoot into the walls because it's just like wood on each side. Very strange place to choose for Nationals. I mean, especially when you have, I don't know, some like if you could just find somewhere with like 50-yard dirt pits at like 20 of the damn things and, you know, like a touristy place. I don't know, somewhere I can't think of, but I feel like that would be a better place for Nationals than.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in all fairness, these contracts were signed before that range was opened, so I do happen to know that. Like as far as what happens with 2027, I talked to Jake and Alan at Race Gun, and I got a bunch of excuses why it might not be there.
They are wrong, and this is where we have
the excuses are bullshit.
Yes, and this is where we as a people we can take the power to fight the power.
Now, if they were going to try to have Nationals out in Rapid City anytime other than September or October, yes, it would be. Hotels can get more expensive. Like, you know, Heart of July, like the hotels that are closest to the range, they're all like 200 and up. So it is a factor. But it's not that big of a factor because September hotels are not nearly that bad.
Nationals should be in September or October.
It really should be.
and so, yeah, like Steven's.
You get to October, though, daylight's a factor out there, though. So,
yeah.
Like early September would be better.
Yeah. But, like, yeah, Steven's trying to give. He's actually bothering me literally right this second. And he was asking if I wanted one of the slots. And I asked him if it's Ohio or Utah. I don't know that I actually want to go to Nationals, but it is like that our Nationals is so poorly located and that no one wants to go to it. It says something.
It's not no one wants to go to it. I mean,
Steven basically put out a general, does anyone want this notice?
Well,
to the entire section.
Yeah. And
he has no takers.
right. But that's also in our part of the country where people are a little more frugal. And there's some tryhards who have been taking him up on him, and they're like waiting to hear about, I got to get vacation before I can do that or whatever, But it's a big time money commitment to go to a Nationals, and I get why, but I also get why the Nationals in Utah, like those slots all went. Everybody wanted those, well, because it's CO and it's in Utah.
Right.
And the St. George area is fucking phenomenal. It's a great place to be. I was at the range. The range is big. I wouldn't say the range is super special or anything, but it has a shitload of bays, and they could use. There's a shitload more they could be using that they weren't for a race gun, because it's basically like two separate clubs operate these two giant piles of pistol bays that they have out there. But they could contract with that other club to also use those too if they needed to. And then they've got a shitload of bays. So,
yeah. So I did just find out that it was the one in Utah, and so I just accepted a slot to Nationals.
Oh, okay. So it was Utah.
So, yeah.
They weren't all gone. All right.
I was the last one holding up that one, but no, the Ohio ones are still available, I believe.
There's a number of those. Still standing by. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm never getting this pistol back together.
I love that you are still working on that. It's remarkable.
It's
because by this point, I would have completely given up, put it in a Ziploc baggie, and taken it to someone who's more mechanically inclined than I am.
It's so close. It's so close to fitting though, and it's driving me crazy.
That's what she said. That's what she said. Yes, on that note.
On that note, thank you so much for listening, everybody. We really, really, really do appreciate it. He is Jeff King. I am Andy Erickson. This is Not Another Shooting Show.